Good morning, everyone. Yeah, this works. Okay, good. Good morning. I'm Eric Michielssen. I'm a professor of electrical engineering and computer science here at the University of Michigan. I also serve as the associate vice president for advanced research computing in the Central Office of Research. I'd like to welcome all of you to this to today's event, the meeting on big data, advancing science, and changing the world. Last time I checked, roughly 600 people had pre-registered for the event, so I assume that many more are going to be trickling in. A good chunk of those 600, of course, are from within the university, students and faculty and researchers, but there's also a very strong contingent from other universities as well as industry, and I want to welcome especially our visitors here. Thank you all for coming. So if you've looked at the schedule for today, we've got a very exciting event lined up with perspectives on the current as well as future state of data science from a distinguished and very diverse group of speakers. Without a doubt, this symposium reflects the momentum that data science is enjoying here at Michigan. And that momentum stems in large part from the Data Science Initiative that was launched last fall. Many of you may have attended last year's inaugural Data Science Initiative Symposium, which was held here just over a year ago now. So you may recall that initiative involved significant investments, investments in research, investments in new faculty, investments in computing resources, as well as consulting services. All these things are needed to do data science the right way, the Michigan way. And we're seeing great results of those investments already, and this symposium is a reflection of that. So if you don't mind, I'm going to say a few words about the different components of our data science initiative and where exactly that they stand. So research and education in data science is coordinated through the Michigan Institute for Data Science, or MIDAS. And of course, it's MIDAS that is organizing today's event. MIDAS is the campus's gathering place and information exchange for all things data science on campus. I think of it as the big house for big data. Today, already over 200 faculty from nearly all 19 schools and colleges of the University of Michigan are affiliated with MIDAS. It's really fantastic to see such participation from all across the university. Before MIDAS's co-directors, that is Brian Atey and Al Hero, take the stage, I'd like to say a few words about, I'd like to highlight a few of MIDAS's research initiatives that are underway and that I find particularly exciting. MIDAS's main vehicle for promoting data science research across the U of M are its challenge initiatives. You'll hear more about them throughout the day. Through these challenge initiatives, MIDAS is advancing truly amazing research projects that show A, great scientific promise, and B, have fantastic potential for impact. These challenge initiatives are $1.25 million grants, and they're focused in 4 areas in which U of M researchers already have tremendous expertise. And those 4 areas are transportation, learning analytics, social science, and health science. MIDAS has awarded 4 of these grants so far, 2 in transportation and 2 in learning analytics, and 4 more will be announced next month. So these awards, the awards are already given out. They are tremendous examples of the potential that data science has here at Michigan and beyond. I'm just going to mention 2 of them. One challenge grant in transportation is aimed at designing and operating on-demand public transportation systems for urban areas, synchronizing a fleet of connected and automated vehicles with buses and light rail. And that project is led by Professor Pascal van Hentenrijk from the Department of Industrial Operations and Engineering, in collaboration with co-PIs, really from many different departments from all around the university. And another one, equally exciting, this one is in learning analytics. It is led by Rada Michielssen from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering. And that project is aimed at expanding traditional analysis of student success to include outside the classroom factors like values, belief, sense of well-being, student interests, and so on. Again, that project also has participants from all over the university, including the School of Information, School of Public Health, Statistics, Physics, and even the Department of Climate and Space Sciences. So it are projects like these that involve faculty members from all over the university, from a diverse range of disciplines, and that have the potential for deep educational as well as societal impact, that are a very important component of MIDAS. I want to point out that it's not just faculty doing great research. MIDAS supports several student groups, like the Michigan Data Science team, that are doing incredibly impactful work as well. Some of you may have seen the data science team's recent work on the Flint water crisis. It has received a lot of media attention. The folks in the data science team used the University of Michigan high-performance computing resources together with publicly available data sets to develop predictive models for determining which homes in the city of Flint were most likely to have faulty water pipes, and therefore which addresses should be tested first. So this is fantastic work, entirely student-led, and again, it has received a lot of media attention. And by the way, if you're not aware of this work, the folks in the data science team will be presenting their work today at noon during the poster session. All right, that much for research. I mentioned earlier, a few minutes ago, that the Data Science Initiative invested not only in research and education, but also in computing, as well as consulting resources. And so, as Associate Vice President for Advanced Research Computing, I oversee not only MIDAS, the Michigan Institute for Data Science, but also other organizations that support computational research here at Michigan. And I'm just going to mention two then. The first one is CSCAR, and that stands for Consulting for Statistics, Computing and Analytics Research. And as the name implies, it is the organization here on campus that provides consulting services, mostly for graduate students in the data science space. And then another organization is ARC-TS, and that stands for Advanced Research Computing Technology Services. And that is the organization that designs as well as maintains the university's research computing infrastructure. So these units, they play a key role in our data science initiative. For example, CSCAR in the past years onboarded many new consultants that support the use of advanced data science and computational analytic methods for research and for training, and then they also use those to further industry relationships. And in ARC-TS, again, that is our infrastructure shop, we made very large, significant investments in new compute infrastructure. To be specific, we have been augmenting our classical high-performance computing infrastructure with new big data frameworks, including Hadoop and Spark clusters, as well as new database facilities. Big data, without a question, requires big computing, though really we all know that is not what it's all about. It's more about the middleware and the analytics engines that reside on these big machines. And in that context, I want to mention a recent partnership that was established between the university and Yottabyte. That is a company, a local company in the Detroit area, a software firm. And that partnership is aimed at rolling out a secure data enclave facility for our MIDAS researchers that will allow them to work with data that comes with very complex privacy, security, as well as confidentiality type of constraints, which we all know are intrinsic to so much big data research. So, to sum it up, I think it's clear that we're off to a great start here. The Data Science Initiative and MIDAS are off to a great start. They're supporting a very vibrant intellectual ecosystem here at Michigan. And I think that the future for data science and big data at Michigan looks very, very bright indeed. Okay, with that, I'm going to introduce the co-directors of MIDAS. Again, this is Brian Atey and Al Hero. Brian Atey is the Michael Savageaux Collegiate Professor and Chair of the Department of Computational Medicine and Bioinformatics. He's also a professor of psychiatry as well as internal medicine. And co-directing MIDAS with him is Al Hero. And Al Hero is the John Holland Distinguished University Professor of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science. He's also the Jameson and Betty Williams Professor of Engineering. He's also a Professor of Biomedical Engineering and a Professor of Statistics. So together, Brian and Al have really done a fantastic job over the past year. They've really they've brought MIDAS to new heights, and without a doubt, they've raised Michigan's profile in the world of big data, and I'm very grateful for that. Again, welcome all of you to this symposium. I hope you will enjoy the next 2 days and make use of the opportunity to interact with your fellow data scientists. Thank you very much. With that, Al, Brian.
And sampling over the Lake Erie to track and predict these algae blooms is a very difficult problem because you don't have the ability to sample everywhere. Somewhat similar to the political polling data.